Heavens above, there's one outside the door.
Hush. Golem, remain where you stand.
Who agreed to introduce the machines into our home?
It was a final bargain between Atlas and the mercenaries.
Damn maniac. You.
Who sent you down?
Heavens above, there's one outside the door.
Hush. Golem, remain where you stand.
Who agreed to introduce the machines into our home?
It... A final bargain between Atlas and the mercenary.
Damn maniac. You.
I was wrong.
Damn maniac. Phew.
I was wrong.
Damn. Yuck. Phew.
I was wrong.
Who seeks death?
Damn maniac. Phew.
I was wrong.
Damn maniac. Phew.
I was wrong.
Damn. Yeah. You.
I was wrong.
Damn maniac. You.
I was wrong.
No match at all.
Damn maniac. You.
I was wrong.
You meet your end, mortal. The challenger is near.
Guess it's all clear now.
here after all. I knew it!
Bosca has let loose the machines of war. Now Celine has sent us her assassin. Atlas, you've betrayed me. This land can shapeshift to accommodate more inhabitants. There's no need for that now. I feel nothing but dread upon your arrival, Dragonborn. I'm without boastful words, the derisive bravado of a veteran of the Hammerfell resistance. No. Now I'm afraid. I've denied the inevitability of this moment for too long. This is the end. Are you as bewildered as I was when I first stepped into this paradise, wondering if this utopia is still on Tamriel? It isn't. Carved from the void, it is a land enraptured by bliss for eternity. A sliver of what might have come had its creator been true to her word. Only those blessed by the Creator are permitted to enter this realm. Purity, me, you. I have no say in the matter. That was her will. So when I die, the realm will be open to all, to be tainted and ransacked. But when I die, the realm will live on. After all, I am not its creator, I'm the thief. What did I steal from royalty? I stole ambition, the courage to not settle for less. Perhaps I was a fool to think I was anything more than a pawn. I'm no savior. I've allowed others to chart my life. I've only followed. Not out of principle, but because it was destiny. She tricked me. Has she tricked you? I doubt it. At least you're aware of the fall. I should have died in 153. No home, no wealth. All I had was my younger sister. Now she's dead too. I intended to jump off the adamantine tower. That's where I met her. It would be a terrible thing to fall, she said. Celine II, my predecessor, my mistress. She gave me a reason to live. I had a purpose here in Project Purity. I was there in the Black Marsh when we unleashed the hissed weapon on the cleansers, causing the West Weld massacre. Celine II died in that battle against Corvus. That is where I became the de facto matriarch, even though Purity's true heir arose in the East. We had been abandoned, you see. It wasn't the first time Celine had died, nor will it be the last. Who was her reincarnation?
She's upstairs.
should be obvious. Before you strike me down, I want you to understand what it will take to reach Sky's Divide. You must kill her, just as she sent you to kill me. It's the only way you can complete your odyssey. Now, proceed. Dragonborn. Is that what they call you? Only now, after the fall of the Empire, the Great War, do the gods decide to send us their hero. All of Tamriel waged war after bloody war for 2 centuries. Incalculable amounts of young and old lost, yet the gods turned a blind eye. But when lust was rank in the air, when serenity and old purity aspired to expose the stark reality, they decried it as obscene. She was right. We have no choice in the matter. Your final objective stands before you, ready to die for her heresy. I am Matriarch Virgil of Project Purity, first Golden Maiden of... Matari. Only now, after the fall of the Empire, the Great War, do the gods decide to send us their hero. All of Tamriel waged war after bloody war for 2 centuries. Incalculable amounts of young and old lost, yet the gods turned a blind eye. But when lust was rank in the air, when serenity and old purity aspired to expose the stark reality, they decried it as obscene. She was right. We have no choice in the matter. Your final objective stands before you, ready to die for her heresy. I am Matriarch Virgil of Project Purity, first Golden Maiden of Matari. You would listen to my final words. Now, do you understand what this has been about ever since the first attack on Jonestead? There was never meant to be a war between Sirens and Purity. Why would there be? This has been a game whose both sides were controlled by the same player. A woman I once served and swore an oath to obey. The one you now call both your enemy and mistress, without understanding why. You may not consider her a commander, yet here you are, executing her will. Even if your loyalty is feigned, you follow orders for the time being. Regardless of why you act, you must know the motivation behind her wishes and how it all started. It always begins with a woman and a lie. Selene the First, an Altmer noble, the founder of Project Purity and mastermind behind Eurosap, unknowingly slain by Martin Septim's champion. Istis, an Ashen warlord who brought her people to the brink of freedom, only to betray them to their Saesi masters so they may remain slaves left in want. Selene II, another Ashen, and the provocateur of the Purity Pinder War that drove both sides to ruin on a quest for vengeance. At last, Matari, the savior we had all been looking for to deliver us from a life of agony she manufactured under different personas. To build an army. This world is our arena and our prison. Men will wage wars over trivialities for eternity, on behalf of the gods and kings that neglected them to begin with. They will die in conflicts that will endure millennia, spanning across eras under different monikers. It will be this way until the end of time, until all that's left is silence. But if someone were to escape their cage and rise above prophecy and destiny, they will become something more than a mortal, more than a god. They will be alive. It was a trickster that created Mundus, and it shall be a trickster that destroys it. From the remains a new world will be born, one not designed to suffer the horrors of even the most mundane lives. It would be an end to sorrow. Peace would be in abundance. At last, we would all be free. It's the only viable solution. Long ago, she believed rejecting the will of the gods would entail the destruction of their reality. Lust would have governed the land rather than war. Life would have continued its course of degradation all the same, but towards the opposite side of the spectrum. Eventually, men, in their infinite pursuits fueled by greed, would have repressed their memories of a life in which every day was to be cherished. And the meaning of excess was a foreign concept. The names of divinity abandoned, morality a broken chain, a diseased world left to be molded into something greater by the will of its new god. It is the natural order. She detests war as much as she loathes the rampant fornication stimulated by her creations. among other abominations. To limit yourself to an ideal would be arrogant, and her mind values logic and reason over integrity. She uses war as a means to end all war. The very thing championed by gods will be turned against them, while still adhering to their sacred visions of the future. Her sirens would systematically dismantle the towers of royalty by song and bloodshed. For as many years as it would take, states and institutions would fall in a rapid succession that outpaces the recovery. It's a fate that will befall us, with or without her presence, as soothsayers, war poets, and the Elder Scrolls declare in usual ambiguous fashion. That certainty is a loophole to be exploited, and she substitutes key components of the end times so that it may arrive by her will. If the world dies by her will, it shall be reborn with her as its creator. Because she's a liar. You of all people must have heard its echoes in the void. Calling it a soul would be understating its magnificence, but it's the only word in our language that comes closest to describing it. Matari and all the avatars that preceded her answer to the raw source of knowledge and power that is imprisoned in the darkness. Salaquine. Salaquine cannot be defined by a dichotomy of benevolence. She's compelled by an intense primal instinct to have her physical and incorporeal states reunited. Her detainment is administered by the same forces that can only be undone through destruction. Whether her disciples ascend to the higher plane or are rewarded with paradise is peripheral. Salaquine will resort to any measure to secure victory, even if it means sacrificing us all. I refused to allow that possibility. I chose purity. I leave our fates to Matari, and pray for her triumph to be swift. Exactly. After all I've said, you still don't understand. The audacity you have is infuriating, but I cannot hate you. To blame you for a fault that is not willingly your own, one that is part of your inherent design, is unjust. Salaquine knows this. Thousands of years walking amongst mortals in the form of avatars, learning their strengths, their deficiencies, has made her aware of the mechanisms that threaten her ascension. She is not the reckless adversary in legends who fall without effort. She knows you better than you know yourself, hero. She will break you. I've said enough. Kill me and go. Go and murder your mistress. Her death will grant you passage to Sky's Divide. Not anymore.
Is it over? Haha! You're one of a kind, Commander. The sisters back at the palace will be jumping for joy. Can't believe it. One warrior taking down all of Purity from within. Ah, the tales we'll weave out of this one. Now our work begins. Map of Innocence. Snagged it from a Purity agent a while back, but it got lost in the shuffle. A real kick in the stomach for you, I bet. Probably didn't need it anyway. Mistress Matari wants us to secure the stronghold. We've got to clean up any remnant agents and then take care of the hissed weapon. Lilith gave us a brilliant idea. Know what she said? Have her deal with the hissed. Yeah, so the deal is she goes in there, lugs each one to the main lift, rinse and repeat. Something so volatile ought to be handled by a traitor, right? I can't believe it. I can't believe that you, of all people, would say that about Mistress... Wait a minute. You defeated Purity. Alone. No. I'll be damned. I knew you were in on it. Sirens, we have a traitor to put down.
I didn't take you.
Kadeen! Kadeen!
You didn't have to do that. I convinced them to keep me alive so I could help them. The moment I had the chance, I'd have done the same. Thank you. I know. We'll leave for the Divide right away. Something happened down there with Purity. What they said, do you believe them? There's something different. Meet me in Dawnstar. I'll be there trying to procure a ship, while you deal with Matari. If they're not urgent, save them for later. There's a better place for us to talk than up here with the dead sirens laying around. You know what you're doing. If killing Matari now, somehow, at the palace is mandatory, then I believe you. Good. I mean... Dragonborn. No need for ranks now that we've gone rogue. Promise me that if it comes down to saving my life again, or stopping Matari, you won't let emotions get in the way. The mission comes first. One person is nothing compared to what's at stake. Then pray we don't find ourselves in that sort of circumstance. May the Divines guide you to victory.